Now, John's putting on the velocity, and this is how we look at the rotation within the storm. And you can really see those bright greens coming into contact with those bright pinks and oranges. That's where we've got some of the strongest winds. We are starting to see some of the outer bands of Michael this morning. If you're in Okaloosa County, Santa Rosa County, Escambia County, Florida, starting to get in on the rainfall. Right along this leading edge is where we're watching for the possibility of some of those spin-up tornadoes. We've got a tornado watch out for the entire News 5 area, and that's going to last until 1 p.m. this afternoon. By midweek, that cold front swings through. That's going to clear out our skies and bring us that northerly wind once again, and that's what we like to see because that means drier, cooler weather as we head through the rest of the week. But as we look towards the northeast, they're dealing with a nor'easter, the first for them of the fall season. For us, we just get lots of dry, cool, nice weather. This cone does have it making landfall to the east of the News 5 area. So if we're going to see a hurricane, generally you want to be on the west side of the storm. This is what's going on. So right now we do have a cold front just to our northwest. You can see that here. And ahead of that, we do have that southerly flow that pulls up that warm, humid air off the Gulf. And that brings us a chance for afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Behind that, we've got that northwesterly wind that's pulling down sunny and cool weather. That'll stick with us throughout the rest of the day today and all the way throughout your weekend. Right now, most of us are in that warm, windy part of this scenario. The storms, they're headed our way. So let's go ahead and time that out. So by 8 a.m., that's when we're watching that main band of those heavy thunderstorms push into the western part of the News 5 area. Boonville, Redtown, right along I-65, so likely some ponding on the roadway there. You live in central Baldwin County, you need to be getting to your safe place. It is not time to get out and leave and go to school. It's not time to get out and go to work. Widespread 1 to 2 inches really right along I-65, so you could still see some ponding on the roadways, but the heaviest of rainfall in southern Baldwin County. This is where that circulation is that will likely be Oscar, so watch what happens as we move through the rest of the weekend. It does continue to move westward, but then watch here. We've got this cold front swinging through the United States, and that's going to pull up that system and move it away. Now a tropical storm, but continuing to dump copious amounts of rainfall over North Carolina this morning. So we get a closer look. Here's where that center of circulation is. So just to the west of Myrtle Beach, this cone turns into a circle. These lines are really close together because once it makes landfall, it's going to linger and it's going to continue to dump heavy rainfall over some of the same spots. This is what one model thinks is going to happen, and really the model's in better agreement today. So as we head towards tomorrow at 6 a.m., that's when that storm is beginning to make its approach. Landfall likely sometime tomorrow afternoon. This yellow area here is where it would likely form, but after it does form, if it does, it is not going to be moving into an environment that will allow it to sustain itself. This is the latest on all the storms. So right now, Hurricane Florence still a Category 4 major hurricane with winds sustained at 130 miles per hour. Tropical Storm Isaac has weakened a little bit since yesterday and is no longer expected to move back up to hurricane strength. It also strengthened. So here's the latest track. You'll see by the time we get into tomorrow, likely going to see a tropical storm. Our next name is Michael. The same areas that have been seeing the heavy rainfall, like Wilmington, continuing to see the heavy rainfall today. It's been over 48 hours of torrential downpours there. Just at the coastline now. Initial impact storm surge wind threat, but as we move through the rest of the week this week, it's going to meander as it makes its way inland, and so that's going to bring a flooding threat in terms of heavy rainfall to multiple areas. Feeling like fall finally. Dew point temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Yesterday our dew point temperatures were in the 60s and 70s. It felt muggy, it felt sticky. Not the case this morning. Seeing some breaks in the clouds, so partly cloudy skies this afternoon. That's going to allow us to heat up. That's going to give us some of that energy we need to get some of those showers and thunderstorms going. So 3 o'clock as the kids are getting off the school bus, that's when we are going to see that better chance for showers and storms. And with these showers, we're going to see some very heavy rainfalls. When we get down to a quarter of a mile, that's when you will start to notice those problems on the roadways. I want to remind you to use those low beam headlights as you're headed out. The Earth emits long wave radiation out at night, and so the clouds actually absorb it and then re-emit the radiation back down to Earth. Good morning. Happy Monday to you. Here's a live look over downtown Mobile. Just a few clouds in the sky, but what this picture can't show you is how warm and humid it is out there. We're waking up in the 70s earlier this morning. We should be waking up in the 50s this time of year, but as you look at those temperatures now, warming up. We're at 80 already in Mobile, low to mid 70s inland, 80s by the beaches, so certainly not feeling like a mid-October day. And your weather headlines for the rest of this Monday show more of the same. We'll see those warm temperatures continuing throughout the rest of the day today. Also, the humidity is with us through today and tomorrow, and then we'll see the chance for afternoon showers and thunderstorms later today. This is what's going on. So we do have a cold front to our northwest. You can see that here, and out ahead of it, we've got that southerly flow. That pulls in that Gulf moisture. That brings us those warmer temperatures, and that gives us the fuel we need to see showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. We're going to see more of the same tomorrow afternoon before that front makes it here. Then as we move into your Wednesday, that's when the front finally arrives. It's going to bring us some drier air and some cooler temperatures, but we've got to make it through the next 2 days first. Let's time out the rest of your Monday. 10 a.m. looking at partly cloudy skies, the potential for a few little coastal showers today. Then as we move into the afternoon hours, that's when we pick up the shower and potential thunderstorm activity across anywhere in the News 5 area. Moving into your evening hours by 6 o'clock, keeping the chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm, and we can't rule out that a few of them won't last into the late evening hours as well by 11 o'clock. If you live in the northern half of the News 5 area, you could still be dealing with some rumbles of thunder. All in all, 30% chance you're going to need your green and Phillips umbrella throughout the rest of your Monday. And this is where temperatures are headed. We're headed towards 86 degrees in Mobile. Average high for this time of year, 79. So well above that. We'll reach the mid to upper 80s inland and middle 80s right along the beaches. Now let's switch gears. Let's talk about the tropics, because I am watching a new disturbance in the south central Caribbean. You can see this cluster of showers and thunderstorms right here. It's associated with a low pressure, and this is where it's headed. It's headed to the west-northwest towards Central America, has a medium chance of forming into a tropical depression within the next 2 days, and same story within the next 5 days. But I want to reinforce to you, this is not going to have an impact on the News 5 forecast. So not something we need to be worried about. It's just going to bring some rain and gusty winds to portions of Central America. Closer to home, we need to be worried about the fact that we're going to get some nice weather through the middle of the week. Our next cold front moving through in the next couple of days will drop temperatures back down to the 50s on Thursday morning, and then we get a second cold front. We're going to see some showers and storms both Friday and Saturday, but on the other side of that front, we're going to be waking up in the low to mid 50s, and we're going to see afternoon highs in the 70s.